What a man. What a guy. What a happy looking guy. And who can blame him? Who can blame him after yesterday? Welcome back to Glory Hunter viewers. Run the intro. Let's get into it. Hello then folks, welcome back to Glory Hunter with me, DoctorBenjyFM. Good to see you, I hope it finds you very, very well. Let's talk about what you've missed since you were last here. So of course, yesterday's episode was spectacular, it really was. If you didn't see it, you've missed out there, I'll be honest. A 4-0 comeback against Chelsea in the Europa League. Seasons play Schalke today, but in the league then, Granada 0-0 after the highs of the Chelsea game. 3 days later, we were a little bit tired, it's fair to say, and didn't really perform to the best of our ability. But Celta Vigo and Zaragoza, a 4-1 and a 4-3 victory in those ones, and we play Schalke today. We play with Bilbao in the middle, but I'm going to focus on both of the Schalke games, as I think the Europa League at the moment is what this season is all about. In the league, though, I should say we're still 5th. Still a way behind Sociedad. That doesn't look too likely, but getting a little bit of a distance now ahead of Sevilla, so we're happy about that, of course. And someone who we've not really mentioned so much, and I wanted to focus on today, is Omar Biaz, of course, a player that we had at Leipzig last year, very much sort of a backup player, only got 1 goal for us, in which he probably got player of the match by the looks of things. This season, 7 goals, 9 assists. We're not really focusing too much on him, but it's the 7.29 average rating. That's what we're a big fan of. A man that consistently performs high, at a high level at least. And the reason I highlight him really is the main man, Zeno. Lots of people saying in the comments yesterday, particularly, sell him, get rid. And the summer period is going to be fascinating, not only for me managerially, but Zeno as well. And what happens with him? He's the sort of player that could catch fire at any point, I feel like, and we just haven't seen that yet. 6 goals, 3 assists, but you can compare him to Biaz, 6.97. He's playing considerably worse than Biaz in a team, in my opinion, he should be flourishing in, and he's just not, and I don't know why. So if you can have a good end to the season, who knows, maybe next year things will look a little bit brighter. The problem for us is that he's got to start this game against Schalke, as an injury to Bogdanovic sees him miss out. Gutierrez also missing, as is Vargas, and Velez needs a little bit of a rest as well. Yeah, it was a war last time, viewers. We're still recovering from that. Rios will be in goal then. Paulinho, Shoutin, Haman and Sanchez will be at the back. Barranca will be alongside Aquino. They've actually got quite a nice partnership, those two in the middle. Ebdal one side, Zidane the other, and Omar behind the main man, Diallo. I mentioned the games that we scored 4 goals in against Celta Vigo. He was getting another goal on his name sheet, but it was the 4-3 versus Zaragoza. He gets all 4. That's the man we're talking about. 5 goals in those 2 games. What a man. What a man. Can we do it then against an old foe in Schalke? Of course, a team that I rejected in the Glory Hunter Challenge and waited for Borussia Dortmund, which may have been a mistake at the time. Who knows? But here we go then. I've got to win it, I guess. The first leg last time didn't go so well. Let's hope for better things this time around. The other ties, by the way, enemy of the people, Hertha Berlin play Villarreal, Levante play Cagliari, and I've got to say those 4 teams are beatable. We will face, I think, the winner. I think it is of Hertha Berlin and Villarreal. In fact, we can check this. And you see there, by the way, a Milan Liverpool quarter-final as well. Spicy, but if you just check along, just so I can be sure. Semi-finals, just to remind ourselves, Hertha Berlin or Villarreal, sides that I think we're better than both. So a Europa final, if you can get by Schalke, is definitely on the cards. It's Germany versus Spain in both instances, and here we go. All right then. Confidence is key. Confidence is key. Don't sound overly confident there, Ben. No, I don't. I just know that Schalke caused me all sorts of bother while at Dortmund and at Leipzig, to be fair. And can Diallo do the business against players that may well know him slightly better? They've got Axel Simon up front, a player that I've looked at signing quite a few times. Really, really talented player, can do lots of different things. And really, really, really well-rounded. I definitely like players this season, or this edition of Football Manager, that are jack of all trades. You know, I like players that can do lots of things, whether it be in the Streamer Showdown drafts or whether it be in these series. I like players that can do multiple things. Score, assist, make me look like a fool, concede, as we've got an early chance here on the square pitch, as Schalke come forward with us, and it's been ruled out. But so far, they've had the ball in the back of the net more times than Chelsea did, wearing similar colours. I'm going to go bold here as that ball's played in. Is he offside? Well, he's inflicting upon the goalkeeper, I think, in there, and he may well have been given offside as a result of that. We're going to go attacking. We're going to go slightly more positive, and I've demanded a little bit more. So can we maybe have an impact early on in the game? The fact that their shots, they've got a shot on target now. So far, 5 shots from us, 5 on target, not a single highlight to speak of, viewers. So I don't know if we're just pot-shotting them from miles away, as Dest puts the ball in towards that back post. Shoutin heads clear, just about. I'm sure he was happy. I'm sure he called for that, viewers, loudly. Shoutins! Yep, that's what we pictured it. We pictured it, Shoutin. We sort of knew as the ball played in. Wow, huge chance they should have scored. Braganca, free kick, played in, back post. Haman was under it, although the ball is cleared away and we're sort of letting them have it as we get back into position. And they're racing forward. They're using the space as that's a very large piece of green text. As he was under it there, viewers. He went in the dark of night almost behind there as Zeno does well defensively. Aquino now finds Paulinho and it's that ball in behind towards Diallo, whose touch is very good and gets away from a marker, goes for goal. Oh, do you know what? Every time he doesn't score, I'm more surprised these days. Milan, by the way, beating Liverpool 2-0. Now, Milan have a good side, but I've got to be honest, I think Liverpool's is better. At half-time then, things are going okay, but at the same time, I want to see a little bit more. Far from pleased. Come on, fire these boys up. We need to see some goals in this home leg, and not conceding, of course, equally massive, as Emdal on that side cuts it back to Braganca. Can he find a shot, maybe? Omar now. There's little through balls all over the place. Omar, back to Zeno. Oh, it's the forgotten man, viewers. The man that we're not too sure about. I mentioned it earlier on. I said, if he has a good end to the season, maybe he can turn his time with me around, and he's got all the ability. When we first came to Valencia, I was excited for this boy, and now, in the Europa League quarter-final, he's finally putting in a performance worthy of starting for Valencia. That's what we like to see, Zeno. 10th of the season for him. Biaz with another assist, by the way, and we lead 1-0. Times the run perfectly, you'll see here. Never in doubt. Really, really nice stuff. The Schalke line, not particularly straight, as there we are then. Come on, this is good. Charlton with a free kick, plays it into Paulinho neatly, and this is what we tend to do. We are very, very good at keeping the ball and waiting for the right opportunity. We saw it just then, in fact, and that tends to be the way we play. Diallo has had a lot of chances this season. A lot of them, though, are on a plate for him. And Zeno, again, goes for goal. That tends to be the way we work things. Get Diallo high-quality chances. And sometimes, if you've got a striker that's not scoring, that's a problem. But Diallo has not had that problem this season. We're still attacking, by the way, which, while we've got the goal advantage, might be a little bit brave. But at the same time, Milan have scored 3, by the way. Cagliari are leading against Levante. And, blimey, Villarreal beating enemy of the people, Hertha Berlin. There's 20 minutes left to go, and that's the worst injury that could have happened. I say that, actually, no, not the worst injury that could happen. Nordi can come in and replace him. He's not great, but he's a solid fullback, so he should be okay. We're definitely going to come off attacking with this in mind. No, go back to balanced. Diallo's having a quiet game. He's nervous. I don't feel any issues in bringing Brian on for 15 minutes, viewers. Let's see if things hopefully stay largely the same as it goes all the way back to Chirilla. And then it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Again, shape-wise, it's so interesting playing on a square pitch because it feels like there's a lot of width, but in reality, the pitches are the regulation size in terms of width. It's just the length of them is significantly narrower. And ball played into the front post. Burke, a player that we've seen so many times for Schalke over the years, a player that I've really admired, goes close. And Schalke have got a corner. And I feel a bit on edge here. I just know how big this could be as Rios with a really good piece of goalkeeping. Come on, I really want to win. This feels a little bit, viewers, after last episode. Feels like it could be the year, you know, it could be the year. We go away to Schalke after this, but the time is ticking away. We'll go defensive, no away goals, please, as it looks as if we've done nearly the perfect job. Oh, a late Schalke goal could be devastation. A second goal for us, and we are loving that. As it goes towards Emdal, it's not particularly good. A Schalke here, Burke's on goal. It's a massive shot. Wow, will that come back to haunt them? What? I mean, it's an unbelievable miss when you think about it. He's clean through. And he's absolutely cocked it up. Goodness me. Huge chance. I mean, right at the death of the game as well. Goodness me. Christoph Burke. I remember when he first came through at Schalke, when we were first at Dortmund, and I remember thinking, flipping it, they've got a player there that they could have for quite some time. And boy, has he been there for some time. Misses a golden opportunity. I'd like to think you recognise Burke as well. Like, I certainly do. I'd like to think you do too. Are there any other players within the save that you're very familiar with, although we've never actually had at the team? I don't know. Morgan Rogers feels a little bit like that for me. He's now at Milan. They've just beaten Liverpool 4-0. Okay, maybe they are quite good. Hertha Berlin, enemy of the people, went down to 10 men, but they were already 2-0 down. Right then, as mentioned, we're going to fire through this league game, and then I'm going to bring you the second leg against Schalke, and hopefully we can do the business. Interestingly, gang, you'll be interested in this, I'm sure. European Championships coming up in the summer. Russia, Croatia, Belgium. It's not that easy. But yeah, England, that's who we'll face then. Some good groups in there, by the way. Really interesting groups. Wales, Sweden, Portugal, Ukraine's quite a good one. Again, Denmark, France and Ireland are grouped together. So, yeah, not the easiest group ever. Russia, of course, with some problems, as you might recall. Brian does it again, viewers. 2-2 against Bilbao in this league game. And Brian, I mean, he's a man for the big occasion, viewers. I don't know why we're just running. It's not Chariots of Fire. What's going on? Well, we've been that, really. I mean, late doors. Bilbao have snatched it. we've been defeated in the league. Not the perfect form to go into this next game, I'll be honest. All right then, Liverpool have beaten Milan in the Europa League, playing on the Wednesday for whatever reason. And Milan still go through though. Liverpool tried to do the almighty comeback at Anfield, couldn't quite do it. And now we have Schalke on the Thursday night. I've given the boys a big rest, so hopefully they'll be ready for this. Gutierrez, I'd normally play him. He's just not quite fit for this, which is really, really annoying. He's just struggling that a little bit. He'd play 75 minutes and then I'll have to take him off, whereas I think Braganca and Aquino, actually, because they're so good together, I don't really worry about it all too much. Rios will be in goal then. Vargas, Sanchez, either side of Velez, who we welcome back into the side with Shelton. I'm risking Vargas because I think his attacking power, especially away from home, is really, really pivotal. Aquino's there. Of course, Omar and Zeno and Mdal will be supporting Diallo, and we need goals, with one goal especially, and we've got every chance here. Of course, we take a 1-0 lead, but last time we were fighting back against that, and it made the game plan very, very simple. We need to score goals. This time, I don't think the game plan should change that much. We need to score goals. Goals for us make it incredibly difficult for Schalke, but we've seen already in this competition, goals are... They're flowing, viewers. The goals are flowing. And I don't want that. I want goal. First piece of action as Zeno does a nice bit of defensive jobbing for us and fires a ball up towards Diallo, who's got the man to beat and does get past him. He shoots from there, which is a bold decision in my opinion. 4 minutes ago, another highlight. Of course, Schalke are going to have to come on strong, and it may leave gaps for us. There's a possibility here we could play quite cautiously and allow them to come out as quickly and as ferociously as they can, and we could maybe play on the counter and hit them where the gaps are left open. But it's Schalke early doors who are in, and they're in the goals. And has it been ruled out for offside? It may well be doing. The assistant has stood stationary. There's a review going in. I think it's been ruled out for... I don't know I'm doing this. I think it's been ruled out for offside, viewers. As, yeah, he is just off as it was played out to the winger. It was a really good ball in and a really good finish. But, do you know what? I'm going to make that change now, gang. We're going to play cautiously, and we need to think about this a little bit. We're not going to counter-press. We're just going to look to counter where we can. I think keeping the ball away from home as well is going to be really important. Playing at a decent tempo, not playing too quickly, and figuring things out. That's going to be the ticket for us. If we can try and frustrate Schalke, that should be the goal here, I think. Simon's had to go off. They've had to bring on, I was going to say Jason Roberts, but Jacob Roberts, the Uruguayan, who's not as good. And the fact that Simon's gone off is big for us. It really is. Again, are we set for the war, viewers? Early injuries already coming up, especially for Schalke, who can't really afford to have them. As Capone, though, does really, really well. He stole that there like he was hidden, like he was wearing a mask, like he was the mask Capone. Ben, too long. Diallo, viewers. The mascarpone! Vargas! The Zeno, back across, Mdal. If we'd have scored there, I'd have ruined what would have been a lovely moment by doing jokes about mascarpone. Oh, dearie me. He's called Capone, isn't he? So it makes sense. They might have another injury here. Toma out there is really, really struggling, and they're just persevering with him. He's very, very pacey, left-sided attacker. I don't know if they've got anyone to bring on. It feels like they probably don't if they're just risking him, as there's a highlight at the very, very end. 50 seconds or so left of the first half, before the second, and Vargas is on the ball. And again, possession-wise, we're keeping it. We seem patient, and again, making Schalke chase this game. That's what I would, if I was Schalke, that's what I would not want to be doing. I don't want to put myself out of position. I want to just try and get that early goal and then try and settle. And if, again, we can pounce upon that, that'd be perfect. Again, look at us here, keeping the ball nicely. No mistakes. As now Rios now, big decision. Again, nice. This is lovely stuff from us. This is what you want. Game management, viewers, at its very, very best. And we're just looking for Zeno or Diallo or Mdal to get in behind as Vargas is ball to Diallo. Oh, yes, it's an away goal, viewers. And that is the perfect timing. 37th goal of the season, back in Germany. Diallo gets his goal. I'm sure the Dortmund fans watching this will be loving that. I'm loving that. We're all loving that. That was top notch. Ball played in. There's Diallo, and the keeper should do better, really. Perfect time to score, gang. And Schalke now have got it all to do. And I think playing the strategy we're deploying right now, that counter-attacking, keeping the ball, frustrating them where we can. They've been forced into two changes. They're going to have to turn this into a war, I think. Chance for Schalke as they are on the ball on this left-hand side, trying to come forward with it as the ball goes in, and Capone there. Well, he's hit the bar. He's been... don't. Just leave it. Just move on. You can all see where I'm going. Just leave it. Something Batman related. I don't know what I was going to say. It was going to be a mess. He's on the ball again, though. He's definitely their player who's trying the hardest out of anyone. He just can't seem to do it, though, as they need 3 goals. That's another injury. They've been forced into all 3 changes. I don't know if we're just animals and I've just not really been aware of it, but it feels like that could well be the case, as I'm going to bring Gutierrez on for the Braganca quite late doors. Really just giving him fitness for the upcoming Europa League games, gag, as 10 minutes to go. This is far less stressful than the last Europa games we we had, and a nice change of pace, if you don't mind me saying so, viewers, as no funny business here, Schalke, as they put a ball in, cleared away. Can we counter from this? I think that's Reece James, by the way, who plays for Schalke. He's been one of the mainstays of their side for quite some time now, as Roberts cannons it off the post. You might say that Schalke have been a little bit unlucky in this game. That big miss in the first game, they've had 4 half chances, we've had 3 half chances, we've got the only goal. It's been pretty even, no clear cuts, but they've hit the woodwork twice. Like, they've got to be gutted about that, surely. Zeno now, we may well put the final nail in the Europa Schalke coffin as Diallo from close range nabs home. And that, my friends, all be that. Zeno with the assist, Diallo with the goal. Those two boys working in tandem beautifully. And we progress then to the next round. Then who will we face? We'll find out in just a moment. As again, we'll look at this in 3 dimensions. Why not? The assistant referee barely keeping up with play. Zeno's that quick. And Diallo's never missing from there. Not this season. Oh, no, no. And there we have it then. Game over. Schalke beaten. Valencia through. I thought that was going to be tough. I thought that was going to be far tougher than it ended up being. Of course, after AC Milan, they're the side that we're going to have to be aware of. But that top performance. I mean, losing to Bilbao now, sort of, we'll take that as... Oh, actually, no. It's Villarreal. I thought Hertha Berlin had done it. It's Villarreal. Because they'd won the game, for some reason, I thought, oh, God, they're through. But it looks then like 2 Spanish sides are going to be facing off. And I've got to be honest, you look at the league table, viewers. You look where Villarreal are. They're a little way behind us. They're a team that I've got to say I fancy our chances against. Pepe Mel is their manager. West Brom, former West Brom manager, am I right in thinking? There, viewers, yes, I am. West Brom fans, thoughts? Should I be worried? Hopefully not. And there we are then. That sets us up then for these 2 games against them coming up. When is this? Let's take a look here. Oh, quite a while away. Actually, we've got a few league games in between. Again, that is not the focus. Tomorrow's episode, Villarreal will play both games in that, and hopefully we can do the business. Hopefully you're looking forward to it. If you are and you enjoyed this, do drop a like on it. Want to see some more? Subscribe to the channel, and we love with care. Until next time, I'll see you again tomorrow at 5 PM. Goodbye. This with something, viewers. Is this the Europa League year? No one saw this coming, especially when we were 3-0 down to Chelsea. No one saw it coming.